Our mini lecture today is based on Module 26, motivation. What motivates us to do something and what is motivation? And the picture that we have here on the cover of our mini lecture, something that we hear at New Year's every year from someone that's in our lives. I make a resolution to lose weight. What is going to motivate them, though, to lose that weight? So motivation is a need or desire that energizes and directs the behavior toward a goal. Very simple. A need or desire that energizes and directs the behavior toward a goal. This picture that we have here, some people may remember this, some people may have been born afterwards, but this is 9/11. And we see that the Twin Towers fell, and these people here are motivated to find the survivors. You want to find as many people alive as possible. And they need motivation to be able to do that. Motivate to find someone to live. Now, motivation is propelled by instinct and an inherited behavior that is patterned throughout a species. We have certain instincts as humans. Animals have certain instincts. Instincts help us to explain behaviors and also help to motivate us. Now, the motivation drive reduction theory is the idea that there is a state of tension that motivates you to satisfy a need. For example, if you are thirsty, you drink water. You are motivated to get up to go to the sink or the water fountain and get water. If you need to use the bathroom, you are motivated to get up and use the bathroom. Okay? Very simple. That's what drive reduction theory is. So, if you need water, you have a drive, which is hunger or thirst. If you need food or water, you have a drive, which is hunger or thirst, and your behavior is you're going to eat food and you're going to drink water. Very simple. That's what the drive reduction theory is. Now, homeostasis is when you have a balanced or constant internal state. Okay, regulation of an aspect of our body, such as blood glucose, being able to monitor our intake of food, all these type of things. You've got homeostasis. We are trying to have a constant internal state, balancing our temperature. Okay, we regulate that. Our body levels change, they go up or down. So we're going to look at temperature here in this next thing with homeostasis. So we have a normal body temperature. If we jump into a cold pool, all of a sudden our body temperature decreases. We get colder. What do we do to be able to get back to our normal body temperature? One, we start shivering, and two, our blood vessels constrict, be able to get the blood to be able to keep us warm. That's what occurs, and I've jumped in a pool many times it's been cold, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it feels like ice. That's because our body temperature drops. The pool itself is not on the level of ice. It would be solid if it was. Pools are still liquid, but yes, they might be a little bit cooler. On the other hand, we may jog and run. When our body temperature, when we run, body temperature increases. What it increases, what we do to be able to cool it back to normal, we perspire and our blood vessels dilate. We have that thing. What we want to do is we want to return to that normal temperature. You could have this when you're outside working in the yard, laying out in the sun, many different things. This is what occurs. We start to perspire and we sweat. That's what homeostatic regulation is. Now, Abraham Maslow comes up with the hierarchy of needs. What this says, we have ultimate psychological needs, and we are motivated to seek those needs. Now, the hierarchy of needs, and if you're in educational psychology, you will study the hierarchy of needs. And what this is a pyramid of needs that beginning with the basic needs, and they go up. Okay, we need to satisfy the basic needs before we can move up the pyramid. Okay, your higher level needs will not be met until the lower level needs are met. So let's look at the hierarchy of needs. First off, we have basic psychological needs. Hunger and thirst. We're going to need this every day in order to survive. Safety needs. We need to feel safe. We need to be able to be secure and stable in what's going on. We need to have belongingness and love needs. You cannot love if you're hungry. I'm just going to tell you, you're going to be thinking of food the whole time. Okay? You need to be able to avoid loneliness, alienation. You are going to have self-esteem needs. Okay, needs for recognition, respect from others, and then self-actualization, living up to the fullest, uniquest potential that you have. Now, there are different things. Achievement motivation is to be able to get an accomplishment. Okay, mastery things for people and ideas, attaining a high standard. When I was 13 years old, I became an Eagle Scout. Eagle Scouts do not occur until a lot of people until 18 years old, but I was motivated. I want to do that. Achievement motivation as well when I was in college. I will never forget when my cousin graduated from the University of South Carolina in 2003, President Bush came and spoke at the ceremony. And my cousin graduated, and his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, she graduated, I believe, with magna cum laude was her the honors that she got. And I asked my uncle, I said, why doesn't Bobby have it? He looked at me and he said, none of us in our family are smart enough to be able to graduate with honors from college. With that, that was an achievement motivation for me. I was determined that I was going to graduate from college with honors. And I set my sight on that. And I thought of that all the time with my grades. And I did. I graduated magna cum laude from Newberry College. Also, achievement motivation. I want to earn a doctoral degree, and I worked very hard to push forward to be able to get this degree. Yes, it was a lot of hoops to jump through. Yes, it was a lot of things to be able to do, but I pushed forward and earned that degree. Glucose is another part of motivation for our bodies. We may say, oh, but that's sugar. Yes, it's a form of sugar which circulates through your body. When you are hungry, your level of glucose is low. You have to be motivated to get up and feed yourself to be able to replenish that glucose. Insulin is a hormone which uses glucose for energy or fat production. Insulin levels increase and glucose levels decrease. Insulin you were able to use that to be able to help with your energy. Okay. Insulin is also taken by people who are diabetic to be able to help regulate their bodily system because their body has some trouble with glucose. Leptin, on the other hand, is a protein produced by bloated fat cells. When your leptin your fat cells will be bloat when you have filled yourselves up. You don't need to keep eating. This tells you that you are full at this point, that you cannot eat anymore. Your cells will blow up. Okay, that's what leptin is. It's a protein produced by bloated fat cells, telling you stop eating. You don't need to eat so much. Okay, and yes, we would love to go before COVID-19. We would go to buffets. People would. And they would go and fill up. After COVID-19, buffets are not necessarily a thing anymore with health and safety. But people would fill up their plates. Guess what? Leptin goes into play that you are full. Orexin is a hunger-triggering hormone. Basically, the hypothalamus produces it. As glucose levels drop, orexin levels increase, and you feel hungry. At this point, you need to be able to eat to replenish that glucose. Set point is a human's weight thermostat. This is where your weight is set, where your body is actually designed where your weight should be. Okay? When your body falls below this weight, you have an increased hunger and a lower metabolic rate to try to restore lost weight. That is why it is very hard. Set point right here is a reason people are not motivated to diet. Because when you do diet, you feel hungry all the time. Okay? And people cannot lose that weight because they have that set point. You have to break that. You have to find something to be motivated for to be able to do. Basal metabolic rate is your body's resting rate, which you burn calories for energy. Your body, when you eat calories. Calories are burned. Calories are then used for energy to be able to get up and do. How many of you have taken a nap and you feel so groggy and tired and you don't want to get up? That may be because of your basal metabolic rate, where you are still trying to burn those calories for energy and you're getting it built up. Anorexia is an eating disorder, which normal weight people believe they are fat. I had a cousin who was anorexia. She actually looked at me and said I was skinny, and she needed to lose weight. She lost a whole lot more than me. And the thing is, too, what you need to understand right now, males and females' bodies are built differently. And it's very interesting because you can see how males can most of the time drop weight, and females might not necessarily be able to, and that's the hormones within the system. Pretty much anorexia is where 15% or below more normal weight that is designed for a person. This is where you look like skin and bones. Anorexia is not good. And bulimia is where you overeat and then you vomit. And you eat high calorie food, you eat, and then you go purge yourself. That's not good. Okay? Bulimia and anorexia can lead to hospital stays, health issues, and problems. And these two factors should not be used when motivated to lose weight. Okay? We are all built in a certain way, and that's the way we are given. Okay? And we accept that. And this today is your mini lecture on motivation.